Good afternoon. I don't normally paint with a flat brush, but I'll be going live on Instagram with this, painting florals with a flat brush with a friend. So I thought I'd practice here with you. I'm using some of my favorite colors from Bolter Colors, paints made from plants. Alright, so now that I have some initial color down here, I'll add in a bit of orange, dabbed in places here. I'll go in with some more details in a bit. Just want to get down the big petals. Please let me know what you think about the flat brush. I'm used to painting with a round. Cadence, thank you. I really like the ones that are towards the side, that kind of profile look. I like how those came out. Thanks for sharing this. Okay, now I'm gonna go for some more profile views, but pointing down so we can't really see that center part. And then one more for balance over here. Thanks for the love. I'm actually surprised at some of these shapes that the flat brush can make. Okay, and then I wanted to try a vase for these. So I think a nice contrasting color would be this blue. I also don't normally paint vases for my flowers, but I thought this would be fun. So dropping down a bit of color. Now that I've sort of committed to where I want to put it, a little bit more. I want to save some white space as the highlight. Tap in some green on this side as well. Where did I learn to paint? Self-taught. Watched a lot of videos on YouTube. I've been painting for about 3 years now. Thank you, Forward Progression. I've practiced almost every day, so that's what I attribute most to being able to do this sort of thing very quickly. Loose florals are my favorite thing. Okay, I want to add in just a few bits of greenery. Oh, thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate that so much. Do you also paint with watercolors, or do you just like watching? I have some friends that just will say they love watching me paint. It's very relaxing for them. Yes, I've heard that. Yep. I'll also watch videos of other artists painting, and it is therapeutic. But I encourage you to pick up a brush too. Anyone can do that. Yes, that's what keeps me painting, even after all these years. Oh, acrylic, yes. I've never painted with acrylic, but very different medium, very beautiful as well. Yeah. I got this watercolor set from Costco as a gift from my mom, actually, years ago, and I hadn't touched it. She was an oil painter, actually. And there was a watercolor course online, and I'm like, oh, well, I have it, so let me try it. Cadence, yes, watercolor. That is my favorite, as you can see. Okay. What do I want to do now? Thank you, IDK. I appreciate it. I think once it is completely dry, I'll go back in with the same reddish orange color and maybe do a little bit of detail work. But since it is still wet, maybe go in with a little bit of a more bold yellow. And just add in a little bit of detail there. So far, all the colors that I've been using are made from plants. So this yellow was made from Black-Eye Susans. And then the rest of the colors were made from all parts of the hawthorn plant. My brushes, most of the brushes that I use are from Princeton, really good quality. And then the flat brush that I use, it's the only flat brush that I have. It's from Zen Art Supply. I actually won this in a giveaway with a few other brushes from Zen Art Supply. And so that's why I'm starting to try and incorporate them more. Okay, let's see. This is still wet, so I can still drop in some more color on the side just to make this sort of pop and give it some shadow here. It's sort of naturally where you'd have shadow under the flower. Let's see if I can get some detail in here. Just a few lines in places. I can see the pools of water there, so I'll avoid that one for a little bit. So I actually like how it looks here, but I don't know about the other ones. This is still a bit damp, so I can't go back in there. I'm so glad you're enjoying the live. Okay. This is still drying, so I'm gonna leave this You think I should paint something else while you're here? Would you like that? I can't add any more detail to this, but I still want to paint more. I can get out some more paper, yes. Okay. Let me put that off to the side. Okay. All right. Okay. I love painting roses. I could paint tulips. Any preferences that you guys have? Tulips. Okay. All right. Let's do something golden. Some golden tulips. All right. So they're a really beautiful shape. Soothing to paint. And you get all sorts of varieties with them. So that's just a really simple one. Let's get another color in here. Right? That is called Honeybee, the sweetest name for a paint. Okay, let's get this one. This is called Bee Balm. Let's open up some of those petals. Kind of swoop that up. Get some background petals in there. Yes, I am a quick painter. Even other artists have told me that. Okay, let's do another one. Let's try and sort of mix those colors together. A sort of peachy color, maybe. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Let's give it some movement. I think that one might be my favorite. And then they need some stems, and so tulips have very thick, bold stems. So let me grab a smaller brush that's more pointy. Let's see, which green do I want? Let's mix up an earthy green. Want some more blue in there. That'll do. All right. I also love painting the leaves of tulips. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna put them over to the left, so kind of leaning. just need more of this color, so mixing up some more. And it's okay if it's a little bit darker. All right. Oh, this is my palette. So it's this actually is handmade, but this helps me mix a big portion of my color, and I've got lots of other colors laid out here. So this is a ceramic palette. I actually have quite a few of them hanging around. So this one has paints made from soil on it. And then I've got another ceramic palette here. You can see I love my watercolors. This one I got from Amazon though. Okay. Let me do another wiggly leaf. Thanks. And maybe one more. Let's see. All right. So that's a pretty loose, quick set of tulips. Again, it can have some details. Oh, on the left, this one on the left flower. Kelly, I missed the first one, the first thing you said. I could go back, add in a few little lines. Just a few details. Really like that. Oh, to put the last leaf thing, yes. Sorry, I missed that. Okay. This one also is still just a little bit too much on the wet side of things, so I won't do too much on that one. And it's okay if the leaves don't come out perfect, you know. This is just free playtime for me. Okay. Again, this is usually something that I do off camera after I end a live. I'll spend a few minutes painting in some details, playing around maybe with ink, just doing some experimentation. I am a chemistry teacher by day, so I do love my experiments. Like maybe you like the extra little details, maybe not. Do you go live every day? Most days now that I'm on summer vacation. I have an Instagram account, same name, Palacios Paints, Palacios.paints, and I kind of go back and forth with lives here, lives there. I've been painting there for about 3 years, but TikTok is new for me. Okay. Do you have a finished one or a favorite flower? Favorite flowers? You know, I do love painting roses. cone flowers also, I painted these just a few days ago. And here you can see I added a little bit of gold in there as well. I think it just depends on the season. You know, I have different favorites for each season. Okay. I'm going to tilt this just so I can get a good angle for this and not put my hand in wet paint. Okay. Let's do a few little lines there. Well, thank you so much. I could show you some of my other paintings too if you want. Maybe you could pick out something for me to paint again tomorrow. Do I sell any of my paintings? Actually, yeah, I could sell you any of my paintings. I have an Etsy account, so if there's something that you really like, you can let me know. Again, if you have Instagram, it's a little bit easier. You can just say, oh, this is the one I really like. Painted butterflies. You know, actually, I have, let me see if I have them on my desk. I paint a lot, so I'll show you. I have done butterflies before. If Distiller's Edition, if you want the coneflower one, yeah, I could definitely sell you that one, sure. Some of them are a little bit, more special to me than others, depending on how much time I did. What paint do I use? So my paint, it's actually usually handmade paint now. This is a super fun one just for summer. I struggle with paint blending when I try to layer it. So depending on the amount of water that you're using, that could be a bit tricky when you're layering. So there's different techniques. Actually, most of my paints that I do, I don't tend to layer. I tend to just do everything in one go. So for a beginner, maybe try to keep it loose. Try to focus on just practicing your brush strokes. That might help. So all of this is all just one wash of something, right? I didn't go back and add a second layer. Oh, orange wild lilies, Kelly, that sounds amazing. I'll send you your own paint. I don't make my own paint, no. The chemistry background that I have, I might someday, but not yet. I haven't done that yet. So here are some bees. I know you're looking for butterflies, but those are a little bit bees there. So again, this is sort of like a almost made up flower. So I had foxgloves on the mind, but I didn't paint them. I just had like that idea of some stalky flower in mind. So that's kind of my style that you can see now. And then there's some roses, Yes, fantasy flowers is exactly right, Avs. These are all with watercolor paints, and almost all of them are handmade. So the orange here that you're seeing was made from mango. The blue was made from peach pits. Thank you all so much for the love. This paper, so depending on what it is. So this one, you can see there's more texture to it. This is bao hung paper. And then the practice paper that I'm using right now, it's a little bit cheaper because it's not 100% cotton. I don't even know how to pronounce that. I'm not going to try. But this is from Amazon. It's cold pressed paper, so there's a little bit of a texture to it. Sweet pea, thank you. And then you could see I like to add ink. So this, if you're a beginner and you're not super happy with your loose florals and you want some type of way to enhance it or give it depth, maybe try ink, right? Oh, regular paper, some people do use regular paper just for practice because it's so cheap. But watercolor paper is going to give you the results. And the better the watercolor paper is, you'll be surprised. It'll seem like you get better faster. I have some arches, which is like top tier. I don't even use it that much. So like this paper is Strathmore, so I have a bunch. Waterproof pens. Oh, I have some right here. Look at this. So Sakura of America. This is my go-to for all of those inky details. So they come in some sets. They're not too expensive. And then you can play around with which size you really like. So these are archival pens, waterproof. So you can put them on first and doodle flowers first and then use watercolor, ink and wash. Or you can do it after you do some watercolor. So there's another bee there. Oh my gosh, you guys are all so wonderful. Any more questions? I love that. Also, I do sell them, Kelly. I do. Honestly, not many people are out there that are clamoring for them. But I have an Etsy account, so I can package these up and sell whatever you'd like. What if you tried painting flowers with paint made from the flowers? I've actually done that. I've done that before, and they are some of my most favorite paintings. I've painted foxglove with foxglove. What else have I done? Oh my gosh, so many. Hollyhock with hollyhock. It's the best, I must say. My Etsy, it's Palacios.paints. I don't have any listed right now because, it does cost me a little bit of money to put it up there. Sometimes on your live, you should make tutorials for painting your favorite flowers. I can do that. Caddis, I can do that. I'll make tutorials for my favorite flowers. What else do you guys? Oh, here's some more tulips. This is more loose style. This was with watercolor ink. This paper is my favorite paper, actually. The texture, yes. Very super messy rose. This is actually more of my style of rose that I really like. So I can do like a tutorial on how to do that. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow around the same time. I could do that. Oh, butterflies, I found them. So this was just sort of a doodle session where I have that ink. And so I inked the butterflies first, and then I put the watercolor on top. So this is not that super textured paper, which is really nice for the pen that I'm using. So the tip of your pen will kind of wear out on that super textured paper more quickly. So there you go. Yes, the paper is key. And thank you so much. Let's see, some more of my favorites. This is just one recent stack. So I do paint like every day. I like this one. Let's see what else in here that I like. Another watercolor and ink. And so all of these that I'm showing you, I've posted to my Instagram at some point. So if you really do want one of these, you can send me a message, say this is what you want. I do landscapes. I've done loose landscapes before. I have one hiding somewhere. I've done a few loose landscapes. I can grab them. Distillers, thank you. You have no idea how much I appreciate that. Thank you. Yes, I love like the pressed flower feel. And so these paints, this is sort of like the colors were screaming tropics. So I went with the tropical feel. Dandelions, I've done dandelions too. I think that's in my vintage book. I can go grab that as well. My favorite paint is from Boulder Colors. So they make paint made from flowers. Also KMS, so any of the metallics that you're seeing are from KMS watercolors. Here's a very, very loose landscape, like just a quick like sky. I can get you that beach scene that I've done. Some of these could be wedding flower arrangement. So it goes the other way around. So I love looking at bouquets and then picking out some flowers to arrange. Yes, user 0x0. So a lot of them are these like natural pigments. So for the most part, yes. If you really want them to last forever, I'd get like a UV spray to coat them. Oh yes, you know KMS, amazing. I love her metallics. Some poppies. Okay, let me get that ocean, because that's on my desk, and then the dandelions, I'll see if I have them available. My actual desk is right next to this. So this is a landscape. Now that if the sun's streaming in, it might be a little bit difficult to see. A little ocean landscape, and then some more coneflowers. I actually put together a little how-to for this one. So we can do like a roses how-to, coneflower how-to. I can do that for you. Love this one. Watercolor and ink. Okay. You guys are spoiling me right now. All right. What else do I have here? There's other things on my desk. What else do I want to share? Okay. Just got my vintage book. My brushes are mostly Princeton brushes. I do have some from Zen Art Supply. So this book is just a vintage book. It's Methods and Materials for Teaching Biological Sciences. I do have the dandelions in here somewhere. So let me rifle through some of these pages. I haven't thought of that. I haven't. I should. So here's a fern right next to some ferns. I think YouTube, I've thought about it a little bit. It's a lot of work. You guys know that. But a Patron, I can look into it. I am on summer break. Wildflowers on a wildflower page. This is, again, like painting the flowers made from those types of flowers. A Patron, I can look into that. Let's see. There's another sort of moth, fantasy moth. And metallics from KMS again for that. I know I have a dandelion in this book. I don't know what page it's on. Yeah, the book is nice, but then of course, because it's a book, I can't like rip out the page and frame it or anything. I mean, I could, but I would feel bad about that. I don't want to do that. I just like the art to complement the page that it's on. This is one of my favorites. Little hummingbird on a page about birds. And I wish I knew which page I put that dandelion on. I'm looking. I know I put it on my Instagram page. It's somewhere in here. I apologize. It's somewhere in here. I will keep looking. Okay, I'm working on it. I haven't painted on every page of this. So it's sort of like a scrapbook or a journal for me. And it's not watercolor paper, but it actually holds it quite well, as you saw. Oh, this one, it's not the dandelion, but the scientist in me had to do it. My nails, yes, I do paint my own nails as well. So that's Soya nail polish. Natural nails, I do them every couple of weeks. Thank you. That I've been doing a lot longer than I've been painting with watercolors. That's probably like 10 years now. Okay. this elusive dandelion. I'm sorry, it's not an exciting live watching me paint anymore. Me just flipping all these pages. But it is a good time if you have a question, because I can see I've been loving your questions. So we've got a few people that paint with watercolors and acrylics. Oh, I found it. There you go. And the dandelion was painted from paints with dandelions. I feel like that's a really good place to end the live. Took forever to get here. I'm so glad you thought so. I really am proud of those dandelions. All right. Any other questions that you have? I'm Leia, by the way. I feel like I have so many new friends here. We're going to paint roses tomorrow, and any of the art that you saw that you really like, I can get you it. I have an Etsy account, Palacios.paints here, and Instagram. Do you have a schedule for lives? It's sort of this time, 4 p.m. I have a dog, and it's whenever she gets done with her last walk of the day. I am on summer vacation, so could really be whenever. The watercolors, Sarah, the watercolors are mostly from Boulder Colors. It's handmade watercolor paint, or KMS watercolor paint. I do have a couple like Winsor & Newton ones from when I first started working with watercolors, and I kind of just bought what everybody said you should buy. And so like this, that's just a little loose landscape that took me 5 minutes. That's the kind of thing I like to do. Quick art. That's therapeutic. So that's my style. I can paint alongs if you can, or just enjoy like the replay. I can make a reel out of these. I can download them. I know TikTok has like a time limit at some point. I don't know. I'm not well versed in it, but I post all the lives that I do on Instagram as complete replays. And so if you do have an Instagram account, you can see them. But I'll do more lives here on TikTok this summer. So thank you guys so much for all the love, for all the questions and the compliments. I really, really appreciated it. Sarah, the paper, some of the paper is from Bauhung paper. Some of it here is this brand. Let's see. Some of it, that very textured paper. This is handmade paper from Leather Village. Thank you so much, distillers. Thank you. Thanks, Denise. Cadence, thank you so much. Abs. Thanks for everyone who had a comment to say, gave me a like. This is my most liked TikTok live ever by a long shot. So thank you guys for making this one really special. And Sarah, thanks for the rose. Thanks for the gifts, everyone. You've completely made my day. I can't wait to paint with you again. Bye. Bye, Denise. Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye. See you next time. Exactly, Abs. See you next time. Bye. Bye, Cadence.